Greetings, YouTube. Today I'd like to talk about a bit of resistance in the shop, if you will. This is something that fellow crafters and builders may be able to commiserate with me, and maybe even be able to tell me what the heck went wrong in my shop yesterday. So I'm building a current project. It's a kite shield, and one of the main components I'll be using is sections of bed rail, just bog standard bed rail. I use a lot of bed rail. In fact, in the last 2 weeks, I have been able to score 3 bed rails. Just found them on the side of the road, which is an awesome score. One of which is 2 inches by 1 5/8. Big bed rail, awesome. Um, and I'd gotten everything cut and shaped, so now I'm gotten to the point where it's time to drill holes. All right, and so I go to drill my first hole. It's a 5/16 of an inch hole in bed rail. Not a particularly hard steel, just standard, again, bog standard bed rail. And I have drilled many holes with bed rails, probably at this point thousands of them. And when it comes to like 1/4 inch, 5/16, they never give me a hassle. Those are the two sizes I probably drilled the most of, followed shortly by like 3/8. Yeah, I know it's imperial, but of the thousands of fasteners I have in my shop, like 99.9% of them are imperial. So that's just the way it is in America. And I've got my drill press at its lowest RPM, which I think is 320. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. Yeah, I know. I would love to have a drill press that was in the below 200 RPM range because that would make my life a whole lot easier. But at this point in my life, I don't. So got the piece in there. I clamp it down nice and uh, securely. It's not budging. I've got an X on there. I've scratched into it, make a mark. I like where I am at. I put a little divot, put a drop of lubricant on there, and I start to drill. And I can't go through the steel. And I'm putting pressure on it. I'm putting pressure on it. I get about halfway through. And remember, bed rail, not thick, like an eighth of an inch thick. That's 125 thousandths of an inch thick, and it will go. So I'm like, okay, well, this drill bit may be dead, so I'm just going to try and see if I can, you know, manually improve that tip a bit before I toss this one. So I take the drill bit out, touch up the, the drill bit on a belt sander, and throw it back in my drill press. Still clamped in place, nothing's moved, and it won't drill through the steel. So I'm like, okay, I'm frustrated. Toss the drill bit, go to my drawer where I have my bits, pull out a brand new 5/16, brand new, still in the package. Pull it out, slap it in, a little bit more lubricant, won't drill the hole, period. So I take it out, I put a 1/4 inch in, the drill hole size that I do the most of, 1/4 inch holes. Love 1/4 inch fasteners. And I'm using a Viking brand bit, put it in there, zoom, slicker than snot, right through it. Now, admittedly, we were already halfway through, but still. Okay, so now I get a hole, and all I need to do is open it up. Put the bit back in there at the 5/16, start to go through, won't drill the hole. So I take it out, I put it into a vise, I put it into a hand drill. I'm thinking, okay, with the hand drill, I can go really slow if I need to. Get in there, and it takes me 30 seconds of constant drilling to get finally through this hole. And I am just dumbfounded. So from that point on, I'm deciding I'm not using 5/16 holes in this project, and I had chosen to use some of them because I was going to be doing some using a lot of rivets, and a 1/4 inch rivet will not fit into a 1/4 inch hole as drilled. So you have to take the 1/4 inch uh, bit, and you have to like kind of walk it in the hole a little just to open the hole up just ever so slightly because a rivet is made out of aluminum and they're never consistent. So getting a pop rivet into a 1/4 inch hole as drilled is difficult. So I'm like, okay, I don't care. From this point on forward in the project, I will just be using 1/4 inch holes. I will make them work. But I cannot figure out for the life of me why I could not get a brand new 5/16" drill bit through a bloody piece of bed rail. So let's commiserate about these kind of things, because I'm sure everyone who has ever done any kind of crafting has found themselves in a situation like this. And if anybody out there can tell me why the hell I couldn't get that drill bit through a piece of bloody bed rail, I would love to know.